Hey everyone, thank you very much for tuning in to The Fate of Isen. I'm Brad, and this is Book 2, Episode 7. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you drop us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Podchaser to let us know. Every review helps us grow and reach more awesome listeners like you. Or just drop us a line on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, those are all at Fate of Isen, to say hi. We like that. It's pretty cool when you do. This episode was live streamed on our Twitch channel on Wednesday the 23rd of November. If you missed it, but you want to make sure you catch all of our streams in the future, make sure you're following us on twitch.tv/fateofisen. Okie dokie, let's recap what happened in the last episode. Last time, Dexter, Hamlet, and Granny fought off the various spiders of the Posemphney Forest, as their friend Bardley took a nap. Their frenemy Destiny was there too, but she was not much help at all. After the spiders were dealt with, they journeyed out of the forest together and headed toward Lakeside to find an apothecary and hopefully get some much needed gold for the perspike they had so bravely collected.
Hello, how are we going, everybody? Hello. I think we're a little bit out of sync on the screen, but we're here, we're live, and we're having a great time. I'm so hyped to be back, everybody. Whoop whoop, I love it. All right. Speaking of whoop whoop, and I love it, you have been in, oh, by the way, we are...
Great segue.
We are missing one of our beloved players, but we did discuss this last time. Finn is off doing amazing things, exploring overseas, doing his big OE, and we support him wholeheartedly to go over there and have a great time exploring the world, getting out of his little New Zealand shell. So we miss him greatly, but he'll be back. And we left you standing outside a strange store, being guided there by a small boy that you sort of accosted and then paid from the village square where you found yourself after realizing that Caves was not there anymore and had packed up and gone. So you've gone to the Apothecary, or at least you think it is. You're standing outside a shop front, down back alleys, buried away in a small shop frontage with no signage other than a wooden sign hanging above with a symbol of a mortar and pestle on it. And that's where this kid has left you. Last episode, we discovered our perspike in the forest. We fought spiders to stay mostly alive. A small incident where Bardley went down and was carried out of there, but mostly pretty good. Small argument with Destiny about who was claiming the reward money, and a new friend in Greg and the donkey, which everybody has messaged to say that they greatly enjoyed. And who will, I don't know if he'll be coming back. We'll see if he's going to be coming back and talking again. So having chased Destiny through town and having lost her, you find yourself standing outside the Apothecary, unsure if you have beat Destiny here or not, or what you're going to find inside.
Oh, wow. I don't know about you, but I've just woken up from a great nap. Oh, what a long rest I've had. I get up off a donkey. Or were you carrying me now? I don't know. Yeah. There we go. What's up, guy? And Granny?
Hey, I'm one of the guys. Good morning. How are you feeling, dearie? You weren't looking so good there. We might rethink your, if your stomach is strong enough for this kind of work.
Yeah, I got these weird bite marks all over me, but aside from that, I'm feeling great.
Yeah, well, it was touch and go for a second.
I pulled some webbing, out from under my clothes.
Honestly, who knows how that happened?
Yeah. We just thought you passed out of fear, so we...
Oh, that too. What are we doing? What's the... Did we get the purse spike?
It's in... it just roots around in about a bunch of different pockets. Oh, there it is.
You release the bag with all
right. Keep that away from me.
I hold up the bag very carefully.
Everybody falls asleep again.
I see we're at the Apothecary. Are we going in?
Oh, yes.
I don't know what an apoth is, but sure.
By the way, where is...
Kathy, I believe.
There seems to be someone missing. Where's Hamlet?
Oh, I think he went off to try to find where caves went.
Ah, sorry. Yeah.
You know Hamlet, big lover of music.
I haven't known Hamlet that long, but running off without the rest of us seems very in character from what I have witnessed.
Yes, indeed, and I thought we were having a connection.
Yeah, what actually happened is you all failed your perception checks. But Hamlet actually passed his, and so he saw something out of the corner of his eye that has just caused him to slip around the corner, but also out of sight of you all currently. Yeah. So, I mean...
So we didn't see him slip, or we did?
You did not see him slip out.
We also failed the perception check on watching him leave. We're just not very observant. Shall we go into the store? I push open the apothecary
Heroes
door.
come and go, you know. That's what I learned as a very old woman who never went on an adventure before. Go on. Push the door.
We're in the store now.
Okay,
we approach the store tender.
Just
Hello, store tender.
It's like everybody's just
What's
gesturing
your
at the
name?
door at each other. Yeah. So yeah, you open up the door to this fairly nondescript shop front, and there is a curtain kind of drawn over the door, so you can't see anything that's inside. And as you open the door, you realize it's quite like dim in here. It's not like dark, but it's definitely a reduced amount of light in here, quite purposefully. All the curtains are drawn, and there are a few candles burning in strategic places on like a countertop that you can see. And there is a man standing there, and he does actually look like he's using a mortar and pestle right now, just kind of grinding some things away. So looks up as you enter and is like, "Can I help you?"
Hey man, that's the thing on the sign. It looks different.
Yeah. This one is. It's obviously not the same one as on the sign.
Oh, no, of course. I think we all knew that.
Obviously. Hey, we've got some purse spike. Do you know where we're supposed to take it for this whole caves thing? Because we got the first part of the memo, but then something happened.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, if you just leave that right here, Caves told me you'd be along. I mean, Caves, apparently. You're supposed to say it with a question mark at the end. I don't really get it. But, you know, they did the job, right?
And then what?
And there was talk
You just
of
want
a
us to leave our
reward.
prize with you? I don't think so.
Exactly.
No, well, I've already paid them. They said that the purse bike would be along shortly. That was the deal.
When you say that, they weren't us because we've just arrived.
Yeah.
No, you look quite different from them. There was 4 of them. There was.
So this is a different. This is actually a different sale interaction that we're talking about, I believe.
Yeah. There's also
we're
4
not
of
the
us.
other people.
Yeah, it's just different faces.
Well, it's not actually 4 of you. There's 3 of
there
you.
There used to be. There is actually 4 of us, and I point to the donkey outside.
Yeah, we could get a donkey, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you want to count that as one of your party, I'm not here to stop you.
He's
who are you to say who
indispensable.
isn't in our party?
Exactly. Absolutely. Parties can come in all shapes and sizes. There was that girl who was just in here that was telling me she was a party of one.
About yay high. Looks like they're having a crisis.
No, but I mean, she was pretty upset about the fact that she was doing her job, apparently. I don't really know. Caves told me that the purse bike would be along soon, and I paid them for that.
Do you know where they are? Because I think we might have to take it to them, and then they bring it to you.
No, they were pretty clear the purse bike was staying here. They were leaving, so they needed the money before they left town.
And you trusted them by giving them the money before you got the purse bag?
Well, honestly, she's quite, she really seemed quite trustworthy.
Do you think she maybe used charm on you?
Nah, I'm not. You can't get me with that stuff.
Can you
I charm. I cast charm.
Okay.
Charm person. That's a wisdom.
Sure. He gets a 14. What does a 14 get me?
I'm also 14.
Meets beats. He's like, what are you trying to do? You're just kind of looking at me funny.
It kind of checks out, y'all. It does seem like it's pretty hard to charm them.
So I'm just trying to figure out what happened. So there was a group of 4 who said that the purse bike was on the way, you gave them the gold, and then a group of 1 came in, and then you talked to them, and then the group of 1 left, and now we're here with the purse bike and no gold.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the person that was the group of 1 didn't have any purse bike either, so I figured they weren't really the one that was going to bring the purse bike.
Okay, so the point here is there's no gold for us in this transaction. Is that what you're saying?
No, and I believe that's probably my purse bike, right?
Well, no, it's not, because it belongs to us.
It's our purse bike and we got no gold.
Right.
I feel like we're just going around in circles. I think we should leave. Actually.
Yeah, I think there are other places that would
Do you
want
to leave? We're going to go.
Yeah, let's go.
We're going to find...
Okay, well,
we'll
I mean,
see you
I
later.
do need that purse bike or I'm gonna run out for the LH, but okay.
Oh, the hospital.
Well,
Yeah,
we can
I'm
just
their
go to the
supplier.
hospital and sell to them directly, and they can supply it to you then, because this is not...
Okay.
It does feel kind of bad to take it away from people who are going to die.
Well, they just use it on the likes of Hamlet,
If
who's
you're
like...
cutting out the middleman, that's kind of awkward for me.
But
'cause
we
I'm
haven't
right
been
here,
paid.
and that's kind of my job. It's sort of
Okay.
gonna...
How about you do us a favor instead?
I did already pay for that, you see. I paid
But
them.
not
I
us.
paid... They told me that someone else would be along.
Are you sure you weren't charmed? Because this sounds like charmed behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, she was very convincing with the whole people would be along. And then look,
that's
here you
charming
are.
101.
So, like, she must have been telling the truth. Because you're here.
What I don't understand is you're a shopkeeper, so you should know how transactions usually take place and that this is not good practice. So if you're insisting that you haven't been charmed, I feel like you're trying to pull up. I can't even think of the phrase.
Well,
I'm so
it's charming
frustrated
what
right
you
now.
would-
You're trying to pull the wool over our eyes.
As charming what you tried to
Pull
do
a
to
fast
me
one on us.
just then with the weird squinty eye thing that you did.
No.
Because that was kind of strange, and I
No,
feel like I
no.
would know if that
If
happened again.
if I tried to charm you, you would know. Okay, I would charm you. I cast charm again.
Okay.
Oh, you poor shopkeeper. What it looks like is a band of vagabonds came in here, you gave them your gold, and then they left, and you get nothing because...
Oh no, that was definitely Caves. Anybody would know Caves. Tammy's unforgettable.
We all know musicians are a little shady, though.
Do we feel like Caves is getting further away the longer we spend here?
Yes. You don't even have to roll an insight check on that.
Oh, okay. I'm just like speaking on the
Okay, how
side.
about we give you half of the purse bike?
Well, I mean, the
Just
hospital
wanna
probably
whisper
be
to
quite
the team,
grateful.
like,
I have to.
let's-
it's quite a process to make it so that it doesn't, knock people out constantly all the time or kill people. I have to be. It's that's why they pay me to do it.
Shopkeeper, is it dangerous? Is it dangerous when you fall asleep?
It's not dangerous if you got the right equipment and you treat it the right way, and you go with
So
masks
if you were to
and
fall
gloves
asleep just now, that's not going to be harmful to your health.
You're gonna whack the shopkeeper with the.
I've got my assistant in the back still working on various herbs and things, so
wouldn't he
We'll whack them as well.
And they're like, and he's like, Mary, they want to meet somebody. I don't know who these people, but they've got the purse bike. And he's just sort of yelling into the back. And this lady sort of walks out and she's like, Cafe, what? What is going on?
Can I wait until they're close together?
And she walks out and she's like, oh, customers. Right. And she, wipes her hands on the apron. She's like, welcome to the grind. How can we help?
Team, let's just give them the purse spike and then go hunt down caves and steal money from them when we get to them.
Okay.
Well, not steal, but like get the money that's owed for it. So then we're not screwing over a bunch of people in a hospital. Like, I need money too, but this feels bad. I feel as soon as we started talking about whacking off the old man and woman who own the Apothecary together, I don't know. This is a turning point for our party. I feel like if we go beyond this point,
hit him with the force.
Okay.
No.
Okay, but I'm taking the mortar
Let's
and
just leave.
pestle.
We can just.
He's like,
you can't just steal.
You can't take my stuff. You can buy things. I have things to buy. I've got antitoxins, and he's just like
DM Jules, yeah.
He just starts listing off a bunch of things that he has available in here, and he's talking about things that might be quite useful. Sure, like ingredients to make various potions, and potions he does actually have, and you're hearing things like this one here. Well, that helps when you get like poison, and this one here that helps when you get like when the weird thing might bite you and your leg goes a bit itchy. And he's like, go back to which one? Sorry? This one with the vampires? I hear vampires don't like garlic much, and you spread this, and he's just like, yeah.
No. How about this? You give me the one to cure poison, and then I promise there's going to be another group of 3 adventurers that are going to come through and pay you the gold for the potion.
And he's like, I don't think that, you've already said this isn't good business practice. I feel like you just gave me a lecture on not doing that, and then you just asked me to do that.
I think you should be consistent in the way that you operate the business. I think that's what's going to be most profitable.
Right. Okay.
Because my brother, he's got a lot of gold, and he's going to be here in like a few minutes to pay.
He's like, I tell you what, I'll do you a deal on this one. If you just give me a gold piece, you can have this one. It's usually like 5, but honestly, you guys seem like you're really hard up if you're trying to rob me.
Here's the problem. I don't have money, and I was kind of banking on this, on the money for this thing.
Well, you should go see caves. They've probably got it.
I do think we just do that. Come on. Give them the purse spike. Give them the purse spike.
All right, fine. I have a gold coin in my purse right now, but how about a nice bust?
You really are hard up, aren't you? I tell you what, I'll do you this solid. Look, ingredients are a bit hard to come by right now, and I'm kind of working my butt off trying to make things go a bit longer than they really should. I'm having to mix all sorts of things in here and still try and find ingredients. So if you can do me a favor in any of these, and he hands you yet another piece of paper.
Oh, mine. Dexter.
And it's a list of about 10 different ingredients, and scrolling through them, I think Dexter, you'd be pretty familiar with a few of these. They are usually not too hard to find, so you could probably pick some of those up, bring them back.
Surely on the way to go get caves, we can do a little bit of a fetch quest.
Yeah. So he's
That will
like,
work.
we'll do a deal. I'll give you this because it seems like you really kind of need it. Actually, looking at your skin, you're looking a little not okay there.
Dexter's
So
still just sweating.
yeah.
Listen here, sweaty.
I don't actually want people to die. So I'm gonna do you a favor here. Please don't screw me on this. And he's like pretty genuine. Like, I'm really struggling here, man. So, you know, I'm reaching out to you. You do me a favor and drop some off. I'll pay for what you find, fair rates and all.
Oh, yeah,
but
like the pear spike? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah. We'll have a look around. We'll try find some stuff. Like, no promises, but we may be back, and then you can give us money. That's great.
I'm good with herbs.
That's basically all we're doing right now is we're looking at a list of...
They say
well, some people deal with grief in different ways, okay? Some of us use humor as a coping mechanism because our parents never loved us. And
What? No way.
Did your parents never love you? That's
I don't want to talk about it.
I squeeze Bardley in a bear hug. Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, Granny's my granny now, so it doesn't matter.
Here.
It's
We,
all-
It's like, are you- are we
I
done?
push the purse spike in Dexter's hands, like I help.
And I squeeze you a little too hard because you need it.
I fart.
I let go.
Does he hand me the potion after? Just while they're having a moment?
Yeah, he does. Like, they're like hugging. The purse bite gets to him and he's like, it's a little crush, but I can work with this. I mean, I tell you, it's pretty rare, so.
Robes,
and
man, it's not ideal.
yeah, he's like, Mary, you got the desk? Oh, I need a sit down, I think. Or some of them beans that we like. And she's like, yeah. Yeah, she's like, yeah, you know, the
Have a
pick-me-up
turnip.
potion. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go have one of those. She's like, all right, cafe. All right, I've got this. Thank you for coming to the grind. And she's very, like, enthusiastic.
Thank you very much. I turn and leave the store.
Thank you for having us. Please
Nice
don't take
gosh.
it.
And go.
Gosh, I hate shopping.
Yeah, so you add that to the pieces of paper and your already kind of stuffed parchments. Yeah, that would make this a total of 11 different pieces of paper now that you have on you.
Can I please drink the potion of curing my poison so I'm not a sick
Yes,
boy?
you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, it takes a
That's
while to process. So you're kind of walking
right?
and processing, but you do feel sort of less nauseous and a little better. Yeah, stop sweating.
DM Jules, what does it taste like?
Quite bitter actually, and it's got like a very root vegetables aftertaste. You know.
It was the turnips.
Beets. Everything goes back to the turnips. There is no escape.
So do we know what direction caves were headed in?
You don't know. But Dexter's still missing.
Hamlet is.
Hamlet's
Hamlet's still gone.
terrible.
Where is that boy?
I think...
Is there a small child we can see? We can
Just every problem is solved by a small child.
Is there a small child that can help us? We create a network of small orphans, urchins on the street.
I yell, boy! Hopefully.
On the back of one of the bits of paper. Can I draw a picture of what Hamlet looks like?
I mean, you can try. You can do me a performance check as you are trying to sketch a picture of Hamlet.
Could I just use prestidigitation to make an illusionary image of Hamlet?
Yeah, you could totally do that at the same time. Yep.
Oh, I got a
Again, roll me
19.
a performance check to see how good this illusory Hamlet is.
Okay.
Sure it is.
So
19 is pretty good.
Create a smell of a
close.
Brockflower.
I got 21.
Druidcraft.
Yeah, I feel like we actually have a picture of Hamlet for the live stream that would be quite relevant right now.
It looks exactly like that.
Who said tech producer who's working her butt off in the background. We love Samsara. Yes, see this art that is on the screen. Beautiful. That's what is drawn.
Okay.
Thanks, Haunted Sandwich. I love you.
Let's try to find a bystander. Is there a bystander around Jules?
Yeah, so as I was trying to say before, as you yell boy, there is a voice just tucked around a barrel and says, I go by they, actually.
Weird for you to assume that we were talking about you, but on that note, come here.
It's got attitude now, apparently.
Okay. Have you seen this guy? And I show him the picture. We're trying to find him.
Yeah, he was just with you before.
Yes.
How have you
but obviously not here right now.
I dropped you all off there.
Oh, this is the same. You're the same.
Oh,
hello.
boy?
Hello again. It's the same boy.
Hi. No, he's
Same
not
day.
They're not.
Honestly,
there.
he was waiting around to see if there was going to be more money.
There is, if you can find, if you maybe perceived Hamlet, our friend, running off. In what
Running
direction
off?
they went.
No.
Okay, well then you're
Okay.
unhelpful to us.
Okay.
Do you have an urchin network? Can you talk with other street children like yourself?
My friend hasn't come out tonight because he's got an early dinner and has to go to bed.
Yeah, it's hard coming
Wait,
out.
there's only 2 of you in this town? What kind of town is this?
That's the only other person I know.
You're the only 2 kids in this whole town.
That's
no, it's
sad.
just that I don't have that many friends.
Oh no,
Oh.
you're kind of annoying.
Aw.
Same, man. I feel that.
Could it be your opportunistic approach to life and trying to get money out of people in the street?
Mum says you gotta hustle if you want to get somewhere,
It's about the grind.
I mean, that's good
No, that's
advice,
that place.
actually.
That is that place. Oh, yeah, you're right. I got confused. Where are we going? Where's Hamlet?
No, we have no idea.
Alright, we're wasting time.
This is not
exactly.
helping.
Let's... can we
Do it.
smell Brockflower?
Can we?
Perception check.
Are we done? Are we all doing a
Yay,
perception
I
check?
will.
Let's go, squad.
Oh.
It's a
Jesus, where's
15.
perception? There you go.
It's a 5.
Well, it is...
Hooray!
What the heck? It's 6?
Yeah, I think Dexter, being that you have worked in the fields and things before, and being that you are what they call a monk, a farmer of types that live in these communal big stone buildings with the pretty glass windows, that's what monks are, just farmers. And you probably are pretty familiar with the smell of Brockflower, and you just catch a faint whiff of it heading off down the alleyway right next to the grind.
I smell our friend. After me, compatriots. And he just takes off down the alley.
Yeah.
I would like to hop on the donkey and continue riding it.
His name is Jonky, by the way.
I will not
Jonky
be
the
referring
donkey.
to him that way.
Well, his real name is... so I don't know if you can do that.
Alright,
we
come on.
just settled on something easier.
Let's go, giddy up.
And in his mind, he's like, "Why are they using my nickname?"
We're just on that kind of level.
I'm so
Name's
sorry,
not
it
longer
is...
than that. Yeah.
Can the donkey actually think? Can I?
We've established that it is possible to have conversations with said
It's a
donkey.
sentient
Oh, okay. I
donkey.
missed that. Well, yeah, because I was like, oh, could I
Not like
cast
modern.
comprehend languages and understand it, or would I have to talk to animals?
No, talk to animals.
It's
Yeah.
Toltrano, yeah.
So yeah, Dexter, you run out of town. Would you like to remind our listeners what it is that Dexter looks like? And this is a good opportunity for those who are in the stream to have a look at Dexter's new pretty artwork.
Yes, my artwork is definitely not my home screen on my phone. Yes. Dexter is kind of a chubby-faced boy. with very thick eyebrows, a kind of man bun, but he's got like a devilish glint to his eye. Like there's more going on behind that he kind of lets on, and the hope is that his kind of pudgy, boyish face kind of disarms people and kind of makes them trust him a bit, like more than they should.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, he's just a baby.
He's just a little baby.
It's just a little baby.
Carrying a satchel that is overflowing with various pieces of paper.
Oh, yes. He's got a quarterstaff where one end is a wooden spoon, because you don't forget your roots. And yeah, there's just flyers poking out from his sleeves under like the collar.
Nice. Cool. Yeah,
those papers will keep you warm too.
Yeah. So Dexter takes off, and obviously leaving Granny and Bardley and the donkey to hobble along and make their best way behind.
Monks
and
are
Dexter,
fast.
you follow the smell down alleyways for a while, actually twists and turns through Lakeside until you come out sort of at the edges of like the fringes where it starts to spread out a bit more, and you start to see a bit more green kind of happening. There are scattered houses, and then you realize that you sort of lost the scent, but it looks like it's heading out of town.
Okay, I'm gonna keep heading out of town at a reasonable clip, because Dexter knows how much time we've lost, and how much we need to like gain on our friend and or caves.
Gain on our friend. Well,
I've got to gain on my friend, my boss.
I'm a bard. So while we're riding, I'm sitting on the donkey, I'm like, on the road with a donkey and my pals. We're gonna find our friend Hamlet somehow. And like jotting down. Oh, that's good. Writing down chords.
That's a cool song, man.
Yeah, thanks.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like the part about the donkey. That was good. That's
my
very
favorite,
relatable.
That's actually my favorite part as well, because I was like, we're on a donkey, and there's a donkey here, and it's in the song. Just writing is truth, you know?
Yeah, you got to keep it real.
You got to keep it 100 if you're going to be a musician. Have we covered much ground during this conversation?
Yeah, you have. So you're heading out of town, just headed in that direction.
I assume we're looking for...
Following the smell.
We are nothing if not stubbornly following the same path that we were following before.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, so you are easily able to follow this path out of town. And it's going sort of like 90 degrees to the road that you were headed down to Jack Drop's farm. So you can kind of see the big farmhouse and his massive big paddocks, which still don't look great, by the way. They're quite black over there, and there are some fields which look like they have a bit of greenery going on. They don't look particularly healthy, and Dexter, you can tell that easily, being with your history and stuff. Granny, even you would look at those plants, and from a cooking perspective, you probably wouldn't necessarily pluck those ones to have in some of your best baking.
That's what was happening to the turnips too, right?
Yeah. So you're heading out of town and following this trail.
It's kind of a long shot. Can I do a nature check to see what's happening?
Here? Yeah. Do a nature check, yeah.
Just to see why does crops look bad? This bothers Dexter. He does not like crops look bad. It is a 2.
Crops look bad.
He's too disturbed to know anything. He's shaken.
Yeah, and he turns to look at the rest of the party. Is what are you all up to? We know Bardley is sitting on a donkey and playing.
Writing the next opus.
I'd be looking out for those ingredients. Granny's industrious.
Yeah. All right. So you can either roll me investigation or survival or perception. Your choice. Depends on whether you're just looking for it or you're actively trying to find it, or you're trying to use your survival nous to know where the best places for those would be.
Oh, yes. Maybe. I'll use my survival because money must be made. Doesn't grow on trees, as I know because I'm very good at measure. 17.
Okay, yeah. You notice that, probably maybe 20 minutes journey up a bit longer, the trees look like they're sort of going to take over again, and you're going through like a lightly wooded area. And one of the ingredients here is labeled as like a lichen or like a moss, and that would probably be a good
Grow
place
some trees.
to... Yeah.
That just destroyed my whole
lichen, and I was like, oh, a wolf.
Some weird trees.
Yeah.
Some weird tree. Some.
It's,
Is that the new Pokemon? The grass wolf type.
It's a blue and a fluffy type of lichen, so it's it's not the sort of normal green, fluffy moss or whatever. you
From
see
the
on
way you're
there.
describing it, I want to put it in my mouth. Like I won't.
Yeah.
But it sounds like
Good.
it's the kind of thing I would see visually, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
I want that in my mouth.
Granny
It
will
looks
slap you with her
tasty.
spoon.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
tasty. Looks
It's
like
a
it would be
forbidden snack.
like magma.
Yeah.
So it grows on certain trees, which are usually found like quite skinny trees, and at the base of them, and well
Okay, skinny legend
watered
tree.
soil, that kind of thing. So
Moss boots the house down. No.
yeah, you would know that's what you're looking.
Yeah, we collect
for.
lots of it.
Can I bring up the
Trip.
list and see if it's on the list of things that they want?
Cool. Do you actually?
We probably should have been paying more attention to the
Or
list.
do you pull something else out? Like you've got 11 things tucked away on you. I don't think you know where necessarily they are. So
Yeah.
we're going to. What we'll do is I'll have.
I'm looking through. I pulled something out like, dearest
Yeah, I'm trying to
Gertrude.
figure out
No,
how to
that's
roll
not
a
it.
D11. Roll a D10, and if you get a 10, we'll roll again. So roll a D10 to see which of these things you pull out.
Okay. It's a 3.
A 3. Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually pull out a leaflet, which you have scribbled on the back of previously, and this one. But on the front of it, as you're looking at it, you see that it's a leaflet about busts for sale. And it's there is a guy who's like basically like, come see me here, or I'm traveling around. If you really like Rodokana, our speaker, boy, have I got a deal for you.
That was
yeah.
a nice man.
Yeah.
He gave us a lift.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay,
Wait,
but
what
the
was I
list.
looking
Still
for?
have a bust.
The list.
So you
Or-
The
pull out-
Apothecary.
Oh, the list.
The lisp.
Yep.
Yes, that
You can
one.
you can go again. Try again if you like.
This was
I won't. Make
This is
you
gonna
do
be
it
the
whole
rest-
time.
the rest of the session. It's
Yeah.
a 1.
A one. Okay.
The 1.
So you pull out a flyer. It's quite like densely full of writing, but the initial part's quite big. It's like town meeting this Friday in the town hall to discuss the crop situation, and then you see that in like smaller writing, it goes into more detail about what the situation is, who's going to be there, like who's going to be running it. So and so's got concerns. If you have concerns, please be there to also voice yours and suggest solutions. And
Is our boy the speaker going to be there?
he is.
Oh, I'm very interested in it. Okay, so what day is it now, if this is on the Friday?
This is a Tuesday.
I'm going to say, hey guys, this is a town meeting on Friday. We should go.
We'll probably still be here. I look back and we're like 10 meters away from town. Like-
No, you're much further than that. You've been traveling for a while. It's just that, like, he's walking along.
I've been
also
working on my
reading.
magnum opus.
Yeah.
I've decided I've decided, I stop everyone. I'm like, guys, I've decided my goal.
What's your goal, man?
I need to make my mark as a musician. And right now we're traveling around. We're solving adventures like a bunch of adventurers. I should write the epic to go with our adventure.
Yes, the saga of Sabinka and her
Well, we'll workshop names.
boys.
So let's have a look at Bardley as they're sitting on their donkey and workshopping lyrics. What does Bardley look like? Jetty, you want to tell us a little bit remind us what this person looks like?
They have blue hair Quite youthful as well. Similar in age to Dexter, I suppose, out of everyone.
Dexter's young.
Yeah, we're both sort of around that breaking away from family ties age, except you're a monk, so that happened a long time ago.
All I need is the field.
Yeah, a little bit of a pretty boy with an eye, not a strict. A big howl Pendragon energy is sort of where we're going with that.
Yeah, cool. And so you're like sitting on your donkey and chilling out, playing music and getting along like that. And we're obviously we're looking at Granny, who is walking along next to you. I like the idea that you're just like sitting on this donkey, completely unaware that this older lady is just like walking alongside the donkey, chilling out. Manage. So let's remind
Granny doesn't want to be like
Yeah.
Thinged down to. I can't remember the word, so I just
condescended.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. She's a strong, independent woman who don't need no donkey.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about what Granny looks like. Remind us about, paint us a word picture a little.
Yeah, so Granny's just plodding along. She is half-elf, but she just looks like a very old human. She used to be beautiful, now she's quite big, and she is wearing this grey cloak over her clothes, but the cloak kind of opens and you can see that there's like a very colorful, folky outfit underneath. She's wearing flowers in her hair. She's just kind of like a round, wholesome woman who you just want to hug and, you know, just get lost in the love that she gives. But you can also see that she will certainly lift twice her body weight and punch you down if you displease her.
Bardley can confirm good hug.
A very strong hug.
Thank you.
Very, very good, very strong
woman. Very easily convinced to give one, but also if you displease her, you are not hugged.
Ooh. You don't want to get grabbed by the ear.
No hugs. And so we see this party very visually in our mind's palace as we've painted our word pictures for you, and we walking along towards the this, you know, sort of lightly wooded area where you would expect to see this blue moss. So, and you enter this wooded area. The trail leads through it, but I think all of you can figure out that you're going to have to get off the trail to find anything that isn't trampled or well plucked already. So, to your left is sort of back towards more, what do you call that? Like more denser lakeside. So like you'd have to go through the wooded area and then there would be lakeside again. To your right in this area, it sort of grows and expands and seems to meet up with like other forested areas further off that way.
It's still the morning, or did we waste most of the day already?
Yeah, how long were we arguing?
No, you've only been a few hours. Yeah.
Arguing?
Yeah, Dexter's just gonna say, I'm going into the forest, but first time I see a web, I'm running out of here.
It's still quite brightly lit. Like, the light is all dappled on the ground, and the ground is nice and crunchy with that, you know, that way that leaves crunch under your feet when you step off a trail, and it's all, you know, you can hear sounds of various birds twittering away to each other in the trees, and a little bit of rustling in the undergrowth that reminds you that you're out of town and you're in somewhere that's full of wildlife and nature.
Oh dear, where is this Hamlet going? Can you still smell the faint trail of Brockflower, Dexter?
I can only smell birds right now.
I mean, he will probably come back to his lackey. He looks like someone who won't go long without a servant, so why don't we just focus on some immediate things like food and money and maybe some light knitting, whatever.
so I can be a better lackey. And I'm well fed and I have money. That's a great idea.
Yes. Money is important. You might think it's not, but how else would you afford a town that makes the best bread?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's advice from an experienced person. Anyway, what I'm saying is we should probably pick some pick some stuff and maybe have a little break and get to know each other. You boys seem to be
have a nice meal as a family.
Just talk more.
Yes, exactly. We've fought spiders and rats and lost
bears
and
are mine.
Friends and how about it?
Sure.
Find a nice clearing.
Is there anything
That's a bit rude.
that looks remotely edible around?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's like various. I mean, are you walking off the trail rather than sticking to it? And
I think we've taken like a sharp right. We're just going.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So as you step off the trail and you're kind of surrounding yourself in more of this wooded area and disappearing into it a little bit, before too long, there's like a lot of things that Dexter would recognize as being edible. You know, the tops of some of those wild root plants that you can pull up and, like, they taste a bit bitter if you eat them straight away, but you could cook them up into something half decent, you know. There's a few trees, shrubs with, like, berries on them, you know, lots of that kind of thing.
I would like to set up a campfire.
Cool.
And I can cast prestidigitation to light it.
Nice. Dexter has a mess kit.
No, you can create...
And I have Druidcraft, and I can just, like, snuff it on.
Instantaneous light or snuff out a candle or torch or a small campfire.
So you can snuff it out, but can you create?
Yeah, light or snuff out.
So are we basically setting up a campsite in the middle of this, so you've got this as, like, home base in this forest?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so roll me survival checks, everybody, to see how well this campsite gets put together.
How is this
okay.
crap?
19.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you make a great campfire, so not only do you just instantly, like, light this, but you're prepping it about, you know, keeping it lit and how it might look and setting up some stones around it so that the logs don't fall out. You know, like, you're doing all of that kind of...
That's right. I was a scout.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so what is Granny doing, and what did you get?
Well, I would like to... I have 14. But I would like to do something else, which is... Are there any squirrels or any creatures around?
I mean, presumably, they're not exactly just...
I hunger for violence.
They're not exactly just okay with your presence, you know? Wild animals would, run away from clomping noise in their space. So, you'd have to probably coax.
Because what Granny wants to do is either... if she spots a squirrel or something small, she'd stone it with a magic stone, but if there aren't any...
well, I mean, with a 14,
look for some eggs.
I was going to say, with a 14, you could easily spot various, like, feces and things that are around that would tell you that animals were around. You would know enough to know that you could probably set some traps or sit and wait.
You're gonna go sniff out some poo-poo? You're gonna find the poo-poo to find the animals? Poo-poo?
I mean, you could. With a 14, you can easily see where some of these animals have been hanging out. So you can either just sit and wait. I would like to catch some meat.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah, Granny goes out and if she sees meat, she will either swat it, trap it, or stone it.
Okay. So yeah, with a 14, it takes you a little
Quick,
while.
grab the bloodweed.
Yeah. It takes you a little while. You have to kind of wait. You have to be a bit more patient, you know, than you want to. You scare the first one off and then it's the second one that you get, you know. But you manage to grab some food for the party.
What animals are they specifically?
And skin it and...
What are we eating?
Yeah. Well, you can tell me. Granny, what are we eating?
A squirrel, probably. Just good old big squirrel. And she'd skin it and like carve it up really expertly and just put it on the fire on the frying pan.
I begs the tail.
And what
There's
is
no meat on it, Sonny.
adorable lackey Dexter doing without a person to tell him what to do?
Well, I was also going to use the fire. We can share like a side. So
Yeah, I made a great fire, y'all. So
it's just I'm a multi-unit.
It's
fire.
a double, double element fire.
Well, it's still a small campfire, but it's
But it's how you use it. Dexter
yeah, it's not the
has-
size. It's what you do with it.
Dexter has a mess kit in his inventory, which has a cooking pan.
Really want to use
Sure.
So what he's going to do is kind of fill that with water, put some of the roots that he picked, and try to like steam them.
Oh my gosh, we're having rabbit stew. I mean, squirrel stew.
And on the survival
That's
check, I
great.
got a natural 20, Jules.
Oh! Nat 20. Okay, so Nat 20s get you inspiration. Make sure that you have inspiration on your sheet.
I already had it from last time.
Yeah, because you can cash that in to get a better score at any time. You can basically say, Jules, I hated that roll. Here's my inspiration.
I'm inspired to try again.
Yeah, basically. So, yep. So those are
You
some
thought your campfire was
very
nice?
good, very, very tasty.
To be fair,
steamed roots.
I did roll a nat 19, so I wasn't that far off. Like, I'm pretty happy with my campfire because I had +0 to survival, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a 3. And it wasn't. It actually wasn't. I've done some good rolls today, and you've all seen it on D&D Beyond, so that's nice.
Proud of it.
You really need to back yourself. You know,
Like,
believe what you can do.
Yep.
Sometimes I can roll well.
We make a
Yeah.
beautiful campfire, and as you settle down to have your
Beautiful,
Yours.
sweet campfire.
beautiful, sweet, steamed
Steamy campfire love. I mean,
roots with cooked squirrel floating in it, I'm sure it's incredibly
Yum.
tasty. And
some
Oh, no,
mushrooms.
I
maybe?
drain it. It's not like a soup.
it's a stew.
yeah,
Is
you
this- Okay,
hear
well,
a
let's do it.
voice behind you saying weakly, very weakly and very faintly, "Oh my, is there any of that for me?" And that's the
end of the episode. Which is a shame, because I was looking forward to a debate between what makes something a stew versus a soup.
Oh, I wasn't.
Still have this.
Meat. I think the answer is meat chunks. Anyway.
Okay, well,
think
I mean,
so, yeah.
you know, you heard it here first in the stream, and then I guess on the podcast in a week's time. Maybe we'll have a Twitter debate about what makes a stew versus a soup.
Yeah, engage with us.
Or, which one's
Yeah,
your favourite?
it's-
Are you team
and
stew?
we'll have
Are you
to
team-
Yeah,
come back.
because personally, I'm team stew. I like stews. I hate soups. Except broccoli soup.
And
Oh.
we'll have to come back next time
It's
to
a
see
specific
who that
soup.
very southern, maybe familiar to some of our Fades voice that was.
It's a random person.
Till next time. I'm very excited. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. We
Thank
hope
you.
to see you here in the stream again soon, or if you're listening on the podcast, back again when we release the next episode. We also need to shout out our Patreons who basically fund us and keep us homed on the internet. We love you.
You're the best.
You basically make us not have to pay for this out of our own pocket, and we really, really, really could not do this podcast without you. We're too broke.
You keep the lights
So,
on.
You do. You keep the lights on. So massive big shout out to Alex White Robertson, Irene Cucci, Lauren Christine Goodwin, James Bythus, Sam Malcolm, Kydron Falls, Kai Dearlove, Rihanna Kolbalsic, Ben Edwards, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Bachelor, Katarina Von Plimpicet, Squish the Guy Who Doesn't Talk on an Audio or Any Podcast, Alexandria Lakehites, Andrew Evans, Danny Holman, Caius the Fox, Dakota Shemansky, Andrew M, Waffles the Magic, Jared from Indie Film Review Podcast, Ezekiel Taparelli, The Gamatron, Christian H, Dusty at Gamers ADHD, Disturbed1NZ, Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey, Erica Jane, Stephen Horn, Penny D from The Terrible Adventures of Janice and Breford's Parchment Company Podcast.
Very good.
And, yay, support New Zealand streamers, #Kiwi RPG. We love all of our fellow podcasts. Go support and find Kiwi podcasters. And if you don't know where to find them, come be a Patreon of Fate of Isen for just $1 a month. You can join our Discord and we will introduce you to more Kiwi D&D and fantasy and performing arts and comedy and things than you can.
We're in the know.
Yeah, we're in the know.
Yeah.
We know.
We're the place to
we're
be
your
on the
inside.
internet. Yeah.
You're inside
Yeah.
guys.
Cool. All right. So that's us.
Ka
We're
kite.
going to get out of here. Yeah. Ka kite anō.
That's a show.
Arahinui.
Yeah. And hora.
Do widzenia.
Bye. Mwah.
Goodbye forever.
Bye.
Wow, that episode had everything! Except Hamlet. Man, that guy cannot stay with the group. That's the second time he's run off already. But I think the rest of the team may have just found themselves a powerful ally? Question mark? I guess we'll have to wait and see how a certain NPC behaves with DM Jules at the helm. Oh, and we have amazing art for these new characters now. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Thank you very much to Haunted Sandwich for drawing us just these amazing commissions. If you watched the stream, you would have seen these by now, but if you didn't watch the stream, fret not. The pictures are up on our website, fateofisen.com, so head there now and go to the Book 2 section, where you can find these gorgeous pics as well as a whole bunch of information about the players. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for listening to Book 2, Episode 7. Don't forget to review us somewhere, it really does help. Or if you can't do that, just tell your friends that you like the show and that they should check us out too. Okay, bye-bye. We'll see you next time.